On the last episode, I built this giant mansion, but there's just one slight problem. The entire mansion is empty. So today we will be decorating the interior of this entire mansion. I fill it with some basics like a kitchen, a living room, and a bedroom. But I'm also going to build some epic things like an at-home gym, an indoor movie theater, an aquarium, and even garage full of supercars. So let's start by simply filling up this floor. All right, next up, let's start laying out. Oh God, I made a mob farm. Oh no, go away. Why do they all have armor? This is not fair. No. Oh no. Yeah, let's fix this and light this entire place up. All right, for this side of the mansion, I laid it out a little bit. So this green outline will be the living room of the mansion. This red outline will be the kitchen area. This blue outline will be a freezer. Over here on the yellow side will be the dining table area where you just feast. And I still have yet to decide what's going to be on this side of the mansion and upstairs and probably the basement too, because there's going to be a giant basement. This is going to be a big project. And the first section I want to start building is the living room. I have a bunch of materials in my inventory, and let's start building where the TV is gonna go. And I don't remember what the biggest size painting there is in Minecraft. I haven't made a painting in like 10 years. So hopefully it fits on like a 5x5 right here. Whoa, did you guys see that? I literally just flew. I'm cheating. It's official. Let's remove a section and put some black concrete down to act as the TV. Now all we need is a painting. Is it wool and sticks? Oh my God, I can't believe I remember. My brain is ginormous. And bam! Oh, that is not what I wanted. Does it go bigger than this? It seems like it's only a 4x4, which isn't ideal. It's not really centered. Well, that's not good. Bam! Yeah, Bruce Lee, my boy. Now let's come over here and build like a speaker. That sort of looks like one. And now let's just build some comfy couches here. But before we do that, we need one material, and that is some snow blocks. Let's yoink this. Oh wait, I have silk touch. Oh, that makes my life so easy. My sound effects are insane. So let's build the couches right here, and I'm gonna use some snow blocks. And now let's build the side of the couch like that. But I'm gonna change it up a bit because here is gonna be some gray wool. Let's grab some trap doors and put them on the edges. And now let's build a coffee table right in the center like this. And using some carpets, let's make a rug. In these corners, let's put a end rod for some lighting. I really hope it doesn't melt the snow here. And the last detail I want to add is some greenery. Does that look good? I thought it would look like a nice stem and a tree. Like the dead bush is the stem to the leaf. Yeah. I don't need, I'll just keep stuttering until you guys understand. I feel like we should add some back here as well. There we go. And it's looking pretty empty on this back wall. So let's add a log here and strip it down to act like a table. And let's just fill this up with some decorations. That's not too bad, right? I guess we could also add some shelving up here for more decoration. So let's slap like a flower pot up there, a lantern up there, maybe another brewing stand. And let's head over to the ocean to try to steal some egg thingies, these seagrass things. Give me some of that. And I can probably just slap these down here and make it look pretty normal, right? It looks all right? Somebody please say right. Let's just add a few more decorative pieces and we are done. That makes the living room area complete. And we just gotta get rid of all of these mobs. There are literally mobs on my tennis court. Get off. Only professional players only. Nope. And now I can just sit here, take off all of my clothes and just watch TV and relax. It's nice being rich. Okay, yeah. We got work to do. Let's build this kitchen. So let's first start by building a big wall separating the kitchen from the freezer area. Yep, that's beautiful. That looks so bad. Okay, let's make a little doorway right here that will lead into the freezer. Let's go collect all of the blocks I need. And this is gonna be a giant kitchen. There's gonna be a nice island in the middle here. And I have a bunch of blocks. So let's build a stove. Now I have a bunch of barrels and these will be like cabinetry. And we could make some pretty cool like button things here. So let's put some frames like that. And if I put some slabs on it and then some signs, it will look like it's a handle. Let's have a big pantry area like that. And let's do the same thing on one of the sides. And let's flip it so it's on this side. And no rich guy has a kitchen without some bookshelves just chilling here, right? You need some recipe books because they can't cook themselves because they would just hire a chef. So let's put some support beams like that. And right behind the stove, let's come here. Bam, bam, that's the sink. Let's have some levers here like that. And let's slap an item frame down so it looks like a mat or something. And maybe... A pressure plate. Now let's add a bit more cabinetry and some other storage stuff or whatever it's called up here just to fill up the space. And it's looking pretty solid so far. I really like it. It's a bit messy, but it kind of gives a nice vibe. And now I just need some raw food to finish up the decoration. So let's come over here to my farms and let's take some meat. Let's also bake a few cakes. There's a bunch of chickens over here. Hopefully they will lay some eggs. Come on. Give me your balls. That sounded a little weird. Yeah, that's what you get. You take too long to lay eggs. There's one here. Thank you, man. Okay, I finally got my eggs, some milk buckets, and some wheat. I think that's all you need for a cake. That is wrong. What else would you need? How to bake a cake in Minecraft. Oh, I need sugar. Yeah. Let's grab some of that. Well, bam. And give me a cake. Nice. That was so much work for a cake. All right, I made a few more and let's just slap one here. Let's grab this meat and just slap it on these item frames and some on these little skillets or holder things. And now that the kitchen is complete, let's move over to the cooler side. You see what I did there? The freezer where we hold all different types and sizes of meat. That came off my tongue wrong. Okay, yeah. Let's first start by enclosing the freezer because I'm pretty sure there's not any windows in freezers. And let's also change the floor to some iron blocks. Let's start by adding some iron doors right here so it reinforces everything and some pressure plates right here so I can walk in and out very easily. I'm going to be using some red glazed terracotta to make it look like there's hanging meat off the ceiling. That sort of looks like some hanging meat, right? Or it could just be punching bags. Those are really bad fighting noises. And over on this side, I'm going to use some campfires to make a freezer type of storage system thing. Yeah. And now we can slap my raw meat all over the freezer and save it for later to eat. And here is my complete freezer with a bunch of meat hanging around and being stored. Let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be the dining table area right over here beside the kitchen. And now I can build a giant dining table right here. So I think I'm going to make it go this way, have it wrap around just like this. Actually, that's probably not good enough. Every rich bazillionaire has like a giant dining table. So let's make it a little bit thicker. Let's use some red carpet and put it across this. And now for the chairs, I'm going to use a staircase right there, put some signs like this. And I kind of want to use banners so it makes a red little thing like that. I think that looks pretty good. I would like a glass of your finest wine, please. And the cup must be gold plated with caviar on top. Did I sound rich at all? And on the ends of the table, I'm going to build another chair, but this is going to act like the throne. So let's do the normal thing like this, but use a yellow banner so it looks like the golden chair. And that's where the king's going to sit. So, me, obviously, because I'm the best in the world. And this is where the queen will sit, and it's going to be empty because I am lonely and... No, one of you guys can sit there. But I'm actually going to replace this carpet with some actual wool so I can throw some decoration on top of it. And let's use some item frames to act as the plates. And actually, I'm going to change these plates over here. And all I need are some glow squids. Oh my jabib. There's a lot of mobs here. Holy cow. Look at all these mobs. And that zombie has a boner. Oh, ooh, okay. There's some water. Oh, there we go. There's always some glow squid guts just chilling somewhere. Let's craft some glow item frames. The royalty are eating royalty. Their plate just looks fancier. And the king and queen can eat a golden apple. Okay, they just bougie like that. And everyone else can eat just some raw meat. Oh, wait. I'm going to be sitting in these chairs. I'll just have a cake. Now let's add some carpet underneath the dining table to make it a little bit fancier. I also added a ceiling and also added some hanging lights and a chandelier over the dining table. And there we go. The dining table area is complete. And that makes this first section completely complete. I really need to get better at English. But over here on this side, I want to fill it up with some cooler gadgets and cooler things. So this is the layout for the other side. The red outline will be a library. The green border will be an indoor home movie theater. And the blue will be a custom aquarium. But before we start working on these three features, let's start building some simple walls to divide all of the rooms. All right, let's first start working on the library section. Let's go grab some bookshelves. Nice. 0 bookshelves. Let's head over to my raid farm. Let's steal a bunch of emeralds. And let's trade for some bookshelves. Thank you, sir. And I have no idea why there's a whole family of villagers hiding underground. What are you guys all doing? What? There's even a chicken in there, bruh. There's at least 6 generations of families in here. And there's... What? I've seen enough. I'm out of here. But now that we have a bunch of bookshelves, let's start working on the library. To fill up this wall over here, I'm just gonna add a simple painting. Now down here, I guess we could just put some barrels and maybe like empty bookshelf like that. And over on this side, we could put some lecterns. I was gonna say lanterns, and put some book and quills in there. Bam. And now since this is a library, obviously you're gonna read the books, right? And I also built this thing in the middle. I forgot to click record, so I made a nice comfy couch so I could just sit and relax and read some like dictionary books or books of no words because I can't read. Now we just got finished up the roof. And now the library... Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't fill in this side. And now the library inside the mansion is complete. Now let's start working on the in-home theater right here. I want the main block to be black wool or black concrete, so it kind of blocks out all of the light. Luckily, I have a custom squid farm right here. That should have given me unlimited squid sacks. Or ink sacks. Let's also collect a bunch of wool. Wait. I am so stupid. I literally have a sheep factory. That would probably give me... Oh my God. Everything I need. Let's just take that and throw this away and pretend that I had a brain. So the main floor of the theater will be a gray wool separated from the black walls. And I need to cover up all of these walls to block these windows because you can't have light in a movie theater. Like, come on, guys. And right in the middle here will be a giant screen, and that is nowhere near the middle. But yeah, let's start working on the theater. Now that we have the basic room set up, let's also put some banners, and they're gonna act like acoustic foam or the padding that kind of makes the theater sound even better. And now let's start working on the couches. It's gonna be pretty simple. It won't be too big. It'll just sit kind of like this, and let's surround it with some trapdoors and make it look better. Let's grab some end rods, and this could be the ambient lighting. Last but not least, let's add a little bit of decoration like flower pots and sea pickles to make it look like cups and popcorn or something, I guess. And the very last thing I want to add is a small popcorn machine in the corner. And I also decided to add some speakers. And there we go. The at-home theater is done. With some nice comfy couches, a bunch of cups, and even a cake, some giant speakers, and a popcorn machine right here that totally serves popcorn. Yeah, don't look too closely, please. Now let's work on something even cooler, which is gonna be an aquarium. For the aquarium, I'm gonna need a bunch of glass, but I also need to grab some coral. So let's come down here and let's grab a bunch of this. Let's also collect some seagrass. All right, I got most of the materials I need, and let's build this aquarium. It's just gonna be a simple wrap around design, just like this. And it's not gonna be as big as I want it to be, but come on. Having just an aquarium in your house is pretty insane. Let's start filling it in with glass. I'm even gonna make the roof an aquarium just to make it more immersive. Now let's fill it up with some sand. Now let's place down a bunch of dirt so I can put down some water for the aquarium, and let's let it rain. Whee! Hey, that looks pretty good so far. But to make it even better and more blue, let's add some blue coral blocks on the wall. The only problem is I already ran out. What should I do? Ow. That hurt. Finally got enough corals, and now we can build the blue wall. I just realized, you know how weird it is that the corals don't turn dead if it's just above water? Like, the corals aren't even submerged in the water. Its toenails are just like dipping just a little bit in the water and it's staying alive. Like, bruh, how does that make any sense? Now we just need to take all of these random decorative blocks and place them all around the water pool thing. Oh God, I'm about to die by drowning. I didn't even realize. That probably would have been the dumbest way to die. And now that it's all decorated, we just need some life inside of here. So let's head over to the ocean and yoink some fish. And now let's slap them all inside the fish tank. Oh God, what just happened? Oh, it was the puffer fish. I'm not sure why I collected him, but I made sure to collect a Nemo. And I tried to get a big variety of different colored fish, so this entire aquarium looks pretty cool. But there's just one type of fish that I'm missing that I really want, and that is a blue axolotl. I'm pretty sure they only spawn in lush caves. Ooh, I see some axolotls. I see yellow one. He's a baby. Oh my hair stood up. I thought that was the rare axolotl. It's just an ugly one. And after about an hour of running around the caves and finding a bunch of different axolotls, I just remembered that you cannot find a rare blue axolotl in the wild anymore. So I basically wasted all of my time. Nice. So I headed home to build a little sanctuary to breed my axolotls until I got a blue one. And this isn't going to be easy. So throughout the rest of the video, I'm going to be coming back to breed all of these guys until I get a blue one. So for now, let's leave the aquarium on hold. Wait a second. This is lopsided. Why is that wall still sticking out? Oh, I realized what I did wrong. I accidentally built another wall here. Let's just tear it down and act like I'm perfect and I don't make mistakes ever in my life. Why did I just do that? That was so random. That was just an impulse. Hold up. I built this whole thing wrong. I need to stick this wall out. Okay. Let's quickly fix that. There we go. Now it's even. So you guys know I love spiral staircases, so we're gonna have to build one. So let's see what I come up with. All I need to do is fill in this entire roof. Oh, what an easy transition. So up here, I'm pretty sure I can fit at least 5 or 6 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. So everybody needs to share a toilet. But let's use some concrete to mark out the room layouts. Before we start building up the walls and designing any of the rooms, we have to try to get a blue axolotl. To get a blue axolotl, it's a 1 in 1,200 chance. And with my luck, it's probably going to be 1 in a million. Well, there's no luck here. Let's start designing one of these rooms. And this is the first bedroom. I actually really like it. There's a nice bunk bed thing over here and a work table. I want to add a big picture frame here. And I need to fill in the wardrobe with some armor. There we go. And now let's go get some leather armor by politely borrowing the cow's leather. And now let's turn this into some leather armor and fill up the wardrobe. Now we only have 1 left, which will be diamonds. Oh, that pains me. Oh, no, I made a bunch of chest plates. That was sad. But there we go. We got the diamonds in. Wow. Oh, but let's add one final thing here, which will be a tree. And that makes the first bedroom complete. And every single bedroom here will have a different type of style. So now let's start working on the second bedroom. So this is one of the smallest rooms that I have laid out. So I'm planning for this room to be like a kid's room. That's why I have bunk beds with no fence support. So like they could just roll off and yeah, let's just put some carpet just in case someone falls off. And bam, that's their little arcade. Let's craft a few composters and let's put them right here. Let's cover them up with some trap doors. And this will just be their toy box. And I think some sea pickles on top of it will definitely look like some toys. But now let's build up the walls and the ceiling. Let's slap a painting up here. I want it to be like that. Yep, perfect. And that will be Karate Kid or something. Let's put some more random stuff on the wall and some random armor stands for their clothes. And it's not going to be in a closet because kids are messy. Let's slap down a door and now the kids' room is complete. So for this blue room, I decided to use some blue beds and actually gave this room a decent sized bed. I added a few bookshelves and a little closet in the corner right beside the bathroom door. And this is the only bedroom with a pretty grand type of bed with a nice little frame and a nice arc thing. And it's just very symmetrical in this room, which I really like. But to make it even better, let's pop. Oh my god, just double paintings. Let's just put one, another one, the same exact one. Okay, 4th time, got it. Okay, there we go. Wait, no, I don't like that one. There we go. Let's just add a little bit of decoration to this and also some lights for this bookshelf. Finally, the doors, and we are done. And they don't get a bathroom because who needs to poop these days? Come on, be efficient, man. But let's work on the next bedroom right beside it. And this one's slightly bigger, so we're gonna make it a little bit more grand. Let's slap down these doors. And now this room is complete. This one's a little different. There's an enchantment table and a little writing section. There's no closet area really, but I guess they could just store his or her clothes in these barrels, I guess. Now let's move on to the best room ever. This is the master bedroom. Let's put the bed right in the middle here with the yellow coming like this. And then the red, I Didn't bring enough red wool, bro. No one will tell, right? You would never know. No one would know. Cover it up like that. There we go. I'm building the master bedroom that's supposed to be super fancy and I can't even use the right blocks. Nice. Now that looks fancy. You can't forget the plant in the corner. And since this side is 1 block wider than this, I'm gonna build a nice fireplace right here. And a painting right in the middle. There's a 3x3 painting, right? Please tell me there is. There's no way there isn't. Bro, are you kidding? There's only 2x2s? I guess I only have one choice, and that's to make a vertical painting like that. And over here, let's start working on the wardrobe. Will this thing ever break? Hello? Oh my god, this is more... What? Hello? Is it ever gonna... Bruh. Is this indestructible or what? Hello? Why would it... Okay, but you'll see what armor I put there in a second. Let's first design the wardrobe. I think this looks pretty good so far. And we just have to add more leaves and trees. And over on this wall, opposite of the wardrobe, I'm gonna make a little quick coffee stop. So when you wake up, you can instantly drink your cup of coffee. Ow, bro. What the? We got intruder. This guy just snuck attack on me. I'm just trying to build a bar here. Well, let's go ahead and collect some water from our fountain. Let's just add a little tabletop here with a cup. And that's the little bar coffee station. Over on this wall, let's make a TV. Well, bam. Oh, that's a little too big. Let's cut it off like this. And yep, Karate Kid again. Let's put the frame for the TV like that. And now for the armor that I'm going to put in this wardrobe. Let's grab 2 of my diamond chest plates and craft the rest. And craft some netherite armor. And let's give it a random enchantment just so it's shiny. There we go. Nice. Look how sick that looks. This is a sick room. Let's finish up the walls and the roof. There we go. Let's add one more finer detail, which is adding some hanging lights on top of the bed. Yeah, that's so sick. I might bang my head on this like a few nights, but all good. Let's put the doors down. And the master bedroom is complete. Looking pretty sexy. Now let's just build 2 of the bathrooms. This is the first bathroom complete. It's pretty simple. I really like the bathtub and the sink. I made some cool mirrors with some banners. Let's just fill up the walls and the ceiling. And now let's work on the second bathroom. That makes the entire upstairs floor complete with a bunch of different bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And I got intruders outside my mansion, bruh. There's always people trying to rob me when you're rich. I don't even own this mansion. I'm just building it. But yeah, you know what? It's not even my problem. They can rob anything they want. Let's build another staircase underneath this one and build underground. And let's mine out an entire area to make a basement. To build even cooler things inside this mansion, like a gym, an indoor swimming pool, a bar, and even an underground garage. But while I spend half my life mining out this basement, let's try to get another blue axolotl. Will it ever be possible this episode? I'm not sure. This is literally an ongoing challenge. Okay, I think I bred all of them and I don't see any blue axolotls anywhere. We'll try again later. So I got the entire basement mined out now, and I just need to fill in the floor, the ceiling, and the roof, which is gonna take a very long time. But now let's connect the main floor to the basement using some stairs. And for some reason, I just love building spiral staircases. It's just fun and it looks so cool. Yup, that totally looks like a spiral staircase. But let's start working on the swimming pool. Right in these sections will be some pools, and I'll use some slabs at the bottom here so when you're standing, your head still peeps out of it so I don't drown. And for this bigger pool, it's gonna be shallow, but it's gonna slowly get deeper and deeper as we move. Okay, we got the water all in and we can just dive into the deep end and just be chilling. I could honestly probably dive into the shallow end too and not hurt my feet because I'm just so short. Yeah. But let's add a bit more decoration around the walls. And add some seating area around the pool. And there we go. I even added a few diving boards. Too bad they're the same height, and if you jump, you just slap your head on top of the ceiling. But we don't worry about that. You just hop in and get a concussion. Maybe you break your ankles down there. Now we're just gonna add some windows, and the swimming pool area is complete. Next up, let's work on the at-home gym right beside the swimming pool. To build this gym, we're gonna need a lot of weights. And the best thing that imitates weights are... Wait for it. Let me just fly up here really quickly, and then up here, and then just simply land. It's wither skeleton hit. It's It's wither skeleton head. That's not enough. It's wither skeleton heads. Yeah, I'm gonna need more than this. All right, I'm back with 50 wither skeleton heads. I'm not even gonna address what I just said. Let's first start off by building the floor out for the gym, and I'm gonna change it up a bit and use some birch wood. So one of the first things I want to do with these wither skeleton heads is to make a dumbbell rack. All right, so after a bit of playing around, I got the 2 armor stands where I want it, but now I can't get the end rods. I think I need it up here. Hold on, maybe I could push this end rod just a little bit closer. There we go. Oh, now it's even better. Now it's perfectly centered, and if I put a piston here and push it down, oh my god, I did it. Can I push a block like that? I could. Okay, I could put another one then. Oh my god. Now if I take my wither skeleton heads and just Yo, no way. No way. I got dumbbells now. Those weights you carry. That is so sick. So using the same trick, let's build a bench press right beside the dumbbells. Okay, I finished the bench press and it looks awesome, but there's one slight problem. I built it right on this wall. What if I just remove this and it could just be a one-sided bench press? Oh, I gotta move everything. The pain. But while I do that, I'm gonna go breed some more axolotls. And there's no luck. Yeah, we might never get a blue axolotl, guys. Now, beside the window, I want to build a bike. That looks good enough to me, sort of. Maybe let's make the seat look a little better. There we go. And now let's build some treadmills. And over on this side, I want to add some yoga mats and a squat area thing. And that marks the at-home gym all complete. Now let's move on and start working on this bowling alley. And now let's build where the balls will be held. And we're going to be using some wither skeleton heads because we're just filthy rich. But this is going to get very expensive very fast. And I guess I don't really have much space for a bar. So I'll just build a little one. And that marks the very expensive bowling alley complete with some wither skeleton head bowling balls. Next up, we gotta work on the supercar garage. But before that, I really need a blue axolotl. Please, Minecraft gods, give me a blue axolotl. And there's no luck. I do not see any blue axolotls. Now for this garage, we gotta make it look super fancy. And now inside this nice garage, let's build some cool cars. And I'm not good at this, so I'm just gonna copy some on Google. Here's a white race car looking thing. Here's another random car that I sort of designed myself. Is nothing good. And before I show you the final car, please go check out my second channel, Extra Cookie. For every single episode I post on my main channel, I will be posting another video on my second channel that has a bunch of behind the scenes, extra scenes, and funny stories. So if you guys want to join the Secret Cookie Army Club, go over there and subscribe. Yeah, it doesn't really look too much like a golf cart. It's kind of thick, but there are my cars. 2 supercars and a golf cart. Anyways, that marks the entire mansion complete. Filled with a living room, a kitchen, an indoor movie theater, a library, and aquarium. A bunch of bedrooms and bathrooms, and over in the basement there's an indoor swimming pool, an at-home gym, a bowling alley, a bar, and even a garage filled with supercars. The only problem is we never got a blue axolotl. Maybe on the next episode. Please subscribe. Ow.